Hello and welcome to Bedroom Betterment, your go-to source for sexual wellness advice. I'm Thomas, your host. Today we're discussing a topic that many women are curious about. How soon after sex does implantation bleeding occur? Implantation bleeding is a common early sign of pregnancy that occurs when a fertilized egg implants itself into the uterine lining. Let's delve into the details. 1. Timing of implantation. Implantation typically occurs about 6 to 12 days after ovulation, which is around the time of expected menstruation. However, every woman's cycle is different, so implantation can occur earlier or later in some cases. 2. Duration and characteristics. Implantation bleeding is usually light and lasts for a short duration, typically a few hours to a couple of days. The bleeding is often light pink or brownish in color and may be accompanied by mild cramping. 3. Distinguishing implantation bleeding from menstrual bleeding. It's important to note that implantation bleeding is not the same as menstrual bleeding. Menstrual bleeding is typically heavier, lasts longer, and is accompanied by other menstrual symptoms such as bloating and mood swings. 4. Other early signs of pregnancy. Implantation bleeding is just one of the early signs of pregnancy. Other signs include a missed period, nausea, breast tenderness, and frequent urination. If you suspect you may be pregnant, it's essential to take a pregnancy test for confirmation. 5. When to seek medical advice. If you experience heavy bleeding, severe abdominal pain, or other concerning symptoms, it's important to seek medical advice. These symptoms could indicate a more serious condition that requires prompt attention. It's important to remember that every woman's body is different, and implantation bleeding can vary in timing and characteristics. If you have any concerns or questions about implantation bleeding or pregnancy, don't hesitate to speak with your healthcare provider. That's all for today's episode of Bedroom Betterment. If you found this information helpful, please consider subscribing to our podcast for more sexual wellness tips and guides. Don't forget to follow us for future episodes on sexual wellness. Thank you for listening, and remember, your sexual health matters.